Well, hello everyone. It's time for Bears of a Certain Age right here on your favorite Monday podcast, Bears, Scott and Johnny. Hey, Johnny.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing amazing. How are you doing? Mr. Lumberjack. I'm Mr. Palm Springs and palm trees, and you're in Lumberjack. Is it still cold there?
It is still cold. I was talking to a friend today about it. I'm like, we're going to get 2 days of spring and then we're going to hit summer. Like, it is just so every morning it had rained through the night, so it's colder. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm done. But listen, it's not snow, so I'm happy.
It's like that in Ohio. I think we were talking yesterday, and like I had 24 degrees and snow on Thursday or Friday last week, and it's 76 today.
See,
So it's
we hit the 70s on Saturday, so I cannot wait. That's what I have my eye on. But yeah, it's gonna, I don't know. I know it's probably like this every year, but your brain is like, you don't need to remember that.
you forget about it. I
Exactly.
do that every year here in Ohio. My mind is still I think I've talked about it before. My mind is still California. When you
Right.
live there for your first 28 years, it
Yeah.
just kind of ingrained in you. So now I think of TV channels, what's on 2, 4, and 7, not the different weird numbers that are
Right.
here. And I forget that it's going to be winter once I see trees fall or leaves falling off trees here. I forget
Yeah.
that means you have to have a jacket. So I forget all that stuff. I don't
I
care.
was just in California for what, 4 or 5 years, barely, and yet because it's so great, the weather, that made me forget the snow existed, and then I moved back, and I'm like, what the hell? So I think it's normal for us.
Well, we had a small little live yesterday, but it didn't record. So if we missed it, we're going to kind of recap a bit. You are back from your huge Revolution underwear show.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Talk about that again. Remind everyone what a huge success it was and
Yeah.
what that was like.
Bears got the best of me. Said bears on my fantasy. Said bears ain't what I like. We do it all night, all right. Bears that don't discriminate. I take a carbon chop to circumnavigate. Steal my heart and let it percolate all night, all right. Bears got the best of me. Said bears on my fantasy. Said bears ain't what I like. We do it all night, all right. Bears.
It was crazy. When we do these kinds of things in conservative towns, it's a journey. But I will say, we did the Oscar show. We filmed it at the end of January, released it just for the Oscars, and then we didn't have time. We had to jump right into this underwear show, which was us teaming up with brands like Addicted, Skull and Bones, ES Collection, which is out of Barcelona. They teamed up with us. I'm all about body positivity, so we wanted to throw this basically party and celebrating who we are. And so I had community members write in and tell me who wanted to be a part of it. We represented sizes from extra small to extra, extra large.
Right.
Everybody had to just commit to you're going to be in just your underwear. Plus anything, like if we put little wardrobe pieces, that would be different. And so I have a small team that I get to work with now and then I had these amazing community models who worked their butts off, and we had, I like to call it performance art, really. If you took a fashion show, married it to performance art, that's what you got, and these guys were doing choreographed numbers. I haven't choreographed anything in 20 years. I choreographed their opening number, which was to Taylor Swift's Look What You Made Me Do. And then I choreographed the final number, which was to RuPaul's American. And they came alive when that audience was there.
White shirt, now red, my bloody nose sleeping. You're on your tippy toes creeping. Look round like no one knows. Think you're so criminal. Bruises on both my knees for you. Don't say thank you. Oh please, I do what I want when I'm wanting to. My soul so cynical. So you're a tough guy. like you really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy. Just always so puff guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type. I'm the bad guy. Duh. Control, even if you know that you don't own me. I'll let you play the role. I'll be your animal. My mommy likes to sing along with me, but she won't sing this song if she reads all the lyrics. She'll pity the men I know. So you're a tough guy, like you really rough.
And we appreciate everybody who came, who bought tickets for this. My God, when that audience was there, I knew the guys had it, but boy, it just lit them up when there were people to dance in front of. And my favorite photographer, Katie Hartwig, agreed to come out. She released a little video, so definitely everybody go look at it. And they just look like rock stars, which is what they should. I was so proud of them. We had a cast party afterwards where everybody went to the cast party at a lovely place downtown, Q Lounge. And I will say, all I wanted was for them to be able to go to bed after the show and have that smile on your face when you had such a great time. And they did. And then everybody was talking the day after and talking about how much they missed each other. And I thought, that's the community building I like to do. And we got to be, rebellious and in underwear. And me and my co-host Ian Martin were in different types of kilts. I had I had the traditional one, and he had a more rock vibe one. It was just fun. Proud of everybody. So proud of people who came out. It was a big deal for Spokane. I keep getting messages that say no one's done anything like that in Spokane, and my response is, well, they should have, and that's why I'm here. So we're going to take it, we're going to do a Pride tour next year, hit some stages. It's supposed to be I'm booked to do the Pride stage for 14 hours this year. And one of the things I want to do is bring the boys on stage for a good 15, 20-minute segment. And the city already has come after me, and they want, but for me, when those things happen, when I am told yet again why they can't, it just makes me realize, oh, well, then I'm doing the right thing. You know what I mean? So there were a lot of people celebrating with these gentlemen. So we're on the right track, and it's just so fun to have put together a show that, we talked a lot about, especially the coffee, because, I'm just in love that you have a coffee company. But, the podcast Left of Straight and Left of Straight Coffee were a big part of bringing this to fruition, because it takes a lot to do a show of that caliber, of that size. And so I will say, it was really cool. Like, I love the underwear brands. Thank you so much. You guys were so supportive. But it was fun to say your name on stage because I know you. You know what I mean? And so that was cool. Me and Ian having a good time, making sure you got shouted out a lot. Because that's more important to me. Look what it takes. And it takes a community. And a community are your friends, your loved ones. And so I love that. So I could talk about that show forever. But yeah, it went well.
Well, congratulations. It really did. Like I said, I told you I love the video, and I just saw it in their faces that they really had that confidence, that they were all smiling. It just looked like a great time. I was so happy to be a small part of it just by a small sponsorship, but it was exciting. I can't believe you're on stage for 14 hours. Our prides are like 12 noon till 8 o'clock and we're done. And then we have after parties. We don't do anything over 8 hours.
Well, this year for the first time, so we had the largest Pride we've ever had in Spokane last year at 65,000 people. I was on the stage for 10 hours, which was fun. I mean, I was dead the next day, but it was fine. I love entertaining people. And this year, they just got approved to do an after hours, and have a bigger beer garden, all of that. So they extended the time because, well, someone needs to keep, the drunkies. also entertained. So it's
There you
great.
go.
In the end, those kinds of things are amazing. Pride is important. It's important to get
Very
out
much so.
there, but it's also important to push people's, boundaries. And so it's one of the things I love the most about doing Prides. But also you learn something every year. Something always teaches you something. So, but yeah, it's so cool. I would love 12 to 8 though. That sounds perfect.
I just can't imagine that long of a time. Like I said, ours starts at noon. We start off with the kickoff of the parades are always at noon, and then the festival starts kind of at the same time or right afterwards there and goes till 8, 10 o'clock at night if you're Pittsburgh or Cleveland, but usually around the other smaller ones stop at 8 o'clock. That's awesome.
I'm sure you guys still get quite a turnout. Just because.
Oh yeah, we got big turnouts.
Yeah.
But we just like I said, we do after parties afterwards at different bars. We make the community involved and everything.
Exactly.
So the bars do different things. So
Because if I went by my energy level, I would be like, can we do 12 to 2? And then we're good? That's good.
Right? Oh my god.
Right? I mean, we are bears of a certain age. So lots changed through the years, energy level and all of it. So.
Well, that kind of brings me to my weekend or my day yesterday. We had the big eclipse here in Northeast Ohio, right? So we were right in the path, so to speak, of the full eclipse. So it was I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I did. I mean, for a 2-minute show, I was pretty impressed for those 2 minutes. And I got some cool pictures, but our community went freaking crazy here. It's like there were signs on the freeway, no parking on the edge of the freeway during the eclipse, and there was people sitting out in lawn chairs all over everywhere out here, which was cool. It's kind of a nice community feeling event. But I told you yesterday that I kind of got punished because I didn't have the right glasses. You're supposed to have those special glasses so you don't hurt your eyes. I couldn't find the glasses anywhere, and I didn't think I was going to go do anything until the very last minute.
Right.
So luckily my 85-year-old mom can't see, and she has to get her eyes dilated twice a year. So she has those granny black glasses that are super black and thick. Thought that's going to work. That'll work.
Yeah.
So I got those, and they kind of did work, but I took them out. But I'm wearing those during the eclipse and taking some pictures with my camera kind of upside down through the reflecting part, so I'm not looking directly at the sun there. And I get ready to leave, sat on my glasses, crushed my glasses in the car, just totally killed my glasses. So I'm very disappointed in that. So it's like, see, I should have worn the right glasses. I wouldn't have had to worry about it. I could have put them over my other glasses. But then I found out that my glasses were insured for the frame, so I got free frames. So it wasn't that big.
Amazing. You lucked out because they're your only pair, weren't they?
My only pair, and it's like, and I really can't see anymore. It's like I can't see without them. Everything's fuzzy. I mean, I'm not going to bump into things, but it's like if I want to read, if I want to do work on the computer, I need to have these glasses or I'm in trouble.
And you and I were talking that I swear the more we have to wear glasses, the worse the eyes get. I think it's because our eyes rely on it, so they don't have to do anything. They get lazy. So, yeah. It's a scam.
I think that's it too. My eyes have gotten worse and worse since wearing glasses. I think if I take them off, it's bad. So yeah.
Statement.
So, but that leads me to the topic I wanted to talk about today, and I'm glad you were kind of on board with it. We're getting ready for the Big Gay Roadtrip to Palm Springs. We have lots of stuff happening there, but it's travel. You're flying, I'm driving. There's a lot to do in our kind of bears of a certain age that we have to be ready for, right?
Yeah. Well,
and I was kind of looking into making my checklist on what to do, and one was, do I have an extra pair of glasses in case I break them on the trip, right?
Yeah.
But there's a whole checklist I was looking at.
Well, and I think it's funny because we have this mentality, especially in the gay community, because it's just the experience I can speak to, which we don't want to admit that things have changed. But in the end, we're bears of a certain age. As we get older, things change. Like, for me, I noticed it at 45, and then as it went up from there, that things changed. And so for me, you're talking about things to remember. I don't think about it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I better write down that I need 8 pairs of readers because I will lose 7 while we're there. But if I don't have them, let me tell you, it's a big, and I only started reading or using readers a year ago. So it's okay to admit that things are different. It doesn't mean less than. It doesn't mean, that you're not as cool or as vibrant. It just means you're going to feel better if you remember the meds that some of us have to add to our lives because maybe you're 60s, maybe you're 70s, maybe you're my age and you have meds you have to add. You just have to remember, because then it makes traveling not stressful if you're covered. And it's important to remember.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, readers are a gateway drug. I started with readers, and then all of a sudden I had to go to the real thing. But yeah,
Right.
but you're right. I mean, there's things you want to get ready for. So I need to make sure I have a spare pair of glasses
Yeah.
or some very strong readers just in case for emergencies. But
Yeah.
so it kind of made me think about that when I crushed me. It's like, I'm getting ready to go on this trip. Like you said, people take medication. Some people have some diabetes. Some people have some heart things. Some people have thyroid. You need to make sure that your medication, you have enough on hand to last through your trip.
Right.
You need to make sure if that for some reason they lost your luggage like they want to do.
Yeah.
If you don't remember to take it on carry-on, can your prescription go to another place in the other part of the country? So is that thing? There's lots of things that we don't really think about
Right.
that I think are real important. So I'm starting to do a checklist for myself.
Yeah.
How about you? I mean, you got to fly. Do you pack light? Do you pack heavy? How do you think you're going to travel?
So I typically, if I'm just going on vacation, I like to pack light because I don't like to have things. But let's be honest, I have a lot of clothing I need to bring, so I look a certain way when we're doing our stuff, because what the stylists have taught me is that I represent two different personas. There's me relaxing, baseball cap, sweatshirt, that's my comfort zone. And there's me representing our show, our brand, and that I can't be. So I have a big old suitcase I've got to take and hope to God that they get it all the way there. So,
Right.
but when you're in media, it's a whole other thing to think about. And let's face it, you don't even have to be in media if you are someone who loves to be a clothes horse or you love your shoes. You have to think about that beforehand, because if you're over 50 pounds on that luggage, they're going to charge you $8,000 to make sure it's all there. So these are the things you have to remember. I bought a Tommy Hilfiger suitcase that I thought was a medium, and it's an extra. It's bigger than me. It's gigantic. Actually, I think I'll just get in it and then ship it and then not pay for a plane.
There you go.
I mean, it's crazy.
I like that.
But you have to think about it, at least think about it the month before you leave.
Right.
Something you mentioned is safety, which I don't think about. So tell me thoughts on that, because it's true.
Well, especially in your new town, are you renting a car? Are you relying on Ubers? I mean, I'll never forget the story, and I might have told it on here, I might have told it on Left to Straight, that I was visiting West Hollywood, and I needed to take an Uber back from my hotel. I was at the bar till so much. I had a cocktail or three, and so I need to get back to my hotel room, so I did my little Uber on my app, and I don't do it. Northeast Ohio, I have a car. I don't Uber in Northeast Ohio, right? So it's like my third or fourth Uber ever in the world from the short trip I was in LA there for the couple weeks I was in LA. And so I called it, and I didn't pay attention to, you're supposed to check the type of car and the name. I got in this person's back seat, and it wasn't an Uber. It was someone going around the corner. And I felt so embarrassed, and they felt so freaked out. And he was kind of cute, so I lingered longer than I should have. But it was like, so yeah, you need to know that. I mean, you got to pay attention to safety. When you're in a new city, you need to find out things like that. You need to know where to go and different things, and
Exactly.
in emergencies, I mean, do people have your contacts? If I'm there, I need to let people know where I'm at and who they should get a hold of if something happens to me. God forbid we're in an accident somewhere, and who do they call to let us know, because we're not from that city. So,
and it's important, and I don't think that it lessens the enjoyment. I think it's smart. And let's face it, has anybody watched the news lately? The world is insane. So, right? And I hate, I always think about this anytime I have to take an Uber anywhere. I'm like, so I'm getting into a stranger's car who basically, to get license for Uber or the other one, or Lyft, they just have to make sure the car works. No one's checking on the driver. So you're
Right.
taking your life into your own hands every time. So that always freaks me out. But the good thing about Palm Springs, for at least downtown, everywhere's walkable if you don't get an Uber. Now, if you're going out to, like, we'll be at the Barracks, that's a little further out, so that maybe need a transportation. But yeah, you do have to think about those things. Also, do you have the money that's going to cover these things that you're going to need to pay attention to? I honestly think you were talking about medications and health and stuff. I would see your doctor before you leave, just to make sure they don't have any suggestions or don't forget to take this with you. Because I'm on blood pressure medication, and I've been on blood pressure medication since I had a car accident at 17. So it has nothing to do with age, but I also know if I go without that medication, it's not going to be great. You know what I mean? So it's important just to know these things. And I also think it's important for us to stop acting like it's a big deal to think about these things. At, 40 on up, you probably should just know life is different than it was at 20 to 30. It just is.
Exactly.
And that's okay, because we're still sexy bears. We just happen to be of a certain age.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we're responsible bears of a certain age. So it's
Exactly.
like, there's stupid things you don't even think of, like insurance. How portable is your insurance? Is it accepted everywhere? Do you are you in a certain system that only does certain hospitals? Is that hospital in your city you're going to? Or otherwise you go through emergency care and then you might have to pay a little extra. So should you get trip insurance if you're on a plane? There's so many different variables.
Maybe at home you pay your doctor in chickens or eggs. It's not going to be the same out on the road. I'm thinking of Vegas and Palm Springs. They ain't going to go down with that. But I'll get to Palm Springs doctor.
I think adulting sucks sometimes, right? I hate adulting, but us bears of a certain age have to pay attention to that. But
yeah.
I'm very excited. Like I said, I'm putting my checklist together. I'm driving, so I just put 4 new. Of course, my car I've dubbed my car Miss Penny Lane Changer for the trip. She's become British all of a sudden. My little Jeep Compass. So I put always a woman needs a new pair of shoes when they're going on vacation. So I put 4 new tires on her the other day, so she's ready to go that way.
Well, you're about to put some mileage on her, so that's smart.
Well, and I have to plan because I need to bring all of my shit, and we got your bag or 2 that we're going to pick up in Vegas. So I got to make sure there's room in the car. Luckily, it's just the 2 of us, so we can load up the back seats and the trunk and things like that. But
yeah, it's the 2 of us until we find someone we want to come along. We have a little plaything. Just
as soon as we get to Palm Springs, everything's dumped out of that. That's an empty car. Then we go.
Exactly.
We make it look good. I like it.
You made a good point. So we share notes a lot of times when we're planning shows. You made a good point in the note you sent over, which is to talk about prep. Did you bring your prep? Did you bring your condoms? Do you know? Because let's face it, if you're a bear and you're going to Palm Springs, some opportunities are probably going to come your way, and I do mean come your way. So are you prepared for that? You talked about vaccinations. Do you have your monkeypox vax? You know what I mean? I think that doesn't even matter how old you are. That is of anybody. Should be thinking about that. But it's smart. Be ready because you want to have a good time, so make sure you are prepared to have a good time.
Exactly. You never know what's going to happen on vacation. You might find a little something. You never know. And so, prep is a regimen, right? If you miss it a day, you kind of mess up the whole routine. So you need to make sure that that's packed and able to get to it and everything. You want to make sure, like I said, if you're not on prep, that you have whatever other protection that you used, or you got to pay attention to other people. You're on vacation, you're people you don't know. Maybe you have a couple extra side pieces around home, but you're going to see new people. You want to make sure you're safe as well with the different people that you meet on there. So I think that's really important.
All of us loved back in the day when they did, was it Angela Bassett, I believe, who did How Stella Got Her Groove Back? And, you're on vacation, and it's how this fella got his groove back, and that's what you're trying to pay attention to. Because I just think it's important that and maybe I'm an over planner, but I'm like, if I'm going to have a good time in any capacity, I feel better if I planned out some scenarios and what I'm going to do with that. But Yeah, it'll be fun for everyone.
There you go. And Palm Springs is starting to skew a little younger, but it's still bears of a certain age is right. That's our pocket right there. Palm Springs is in the pocket for bears of a
Exactly.
certain age. So it's skewing a little younger each year. More and more people, especially in our LGBTQ community, are moving there for different reasons, for either the weather or for the climate or for,
Right.
I mean, we talked about it a couple shows back that there's some great LGBTQ retirement homes there and different things that you don't not think about. So, yeah,
I mean, they do cost a fortune, but if you can do it, yeah, worth it.
exactly. I need to find the old folks home there that just lets you pay off your Medicaid or whatever.
Right? Like I was telling you on the live, I think that you need a sugar baby and I need a sugar daddy. Perfect.
Exactly. I'm all for that. I am all for that. We are now taking applications. You heard it here first.
Yes, we
We're
are.
ready to go. So, well, I'm excited for it. We leave it's 3 months from today. We're going to be arriving in Palm Springs. I didn't even think about
tonight. Yeah.
It's exactly 3 months for today. We will be driving our little happy butts from Vegas to Palm Springs, arriving at the beautiful Indulge Resort, where we're going to be treated to stay there. If you haven't been to the Indulge, it's beautiful. I mean, there's a pool, there's a jacuzzi, there's a barbecue pit where you can bring your own stuff to barbecue. They do a free continental breakfast every morning. They do a free happy hour every evening. It's just, they have little cabanas, little private cabanas around the pool that you can reserve and be, if you don't want to be in the sun the entire time, you have the little shade of the cabanas.
Nice.
I mean, John and Sandy are the hosts and they just do it right. I love going there.
And it's so fun because not only is the setting and even the city just this beautiful, but you have booked some wonderful entertainers for us to interview and talk to, and I think that's amazing.
We have a couple of events that we're going to do. For Bear Week especially, we're going to have an amazing event with Sir Queen Jet, who's been on our show. That's been just an amazing, I think it was on our individual shows. I don't think she was on Bear's show yet. But an amazing entertainer, both an adult entertainer and a singer-songwriter. So Queen Sir Jet will be there. Tom Goss, of course, who does our intro and outro songs here. Such a good friend of our shows. He has a new music out, by the way, right now. He's always making new music.
Yeah.
But he's going to come down there. We have Danny Franzese, who I love, who's in Tom's videos. Of course, he was in Mean Girls that had its big resurgence this year with the new video. So it's going to be a fun time. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a blast. So many good people. I'm so excited to see Tom just because he's a good friend to us. But everybody who comes down, who chooses to spend some time, it's going to be good. So
he's squeezing us in. I mean, he's on his little mini tour right now. He was just in Palm Springs for a small little concert this week, and then he's going to Arizona and up the coast. And so he's busy.
He doesn't stop for 2 seconds. He's always creating, and I think that's amazing. And I have to say, so I know another Tom that lives here, and it never fails. I will accidentally text Tom Goss. And he's always so sweet because he doesn't want me to feel stupid. So he'll always act so interested in what I say. And I'll be like, Tom, I didn't mean to text you. I know you know that. And he's like, I just wanted you to feel okay.
He is the most sweetheart of a man, and and he hustles. I mean, he's a independent singer-songwriter. He's not on a label. He does everything. He makes his own videos. He does his own writing. He does his own recording. I mean, this man hustles his bunnies to make a buck. And luckily, the community is welcome with open arms and treat him well. But he's working hard for the money, as Donna Summer used to say, right?
Exactly.
I mean, he's out there.
So we have so much fun coming up when it comes to the tour down there. And like you had said, we're going to be at, Barracks as well. It's impossible for us not to have a good time when we're there. So, I mean, if you're in the area, if you're in LA, come on down. If you're already in Palm Springs, we want to meet you. We guarantee a lot of laughing and a really fun night. So, definitely come see us. It'll be
We got a website going up on Monday. We got an Indiegogo campaign starting Monday. So we're going to do all sorts of fun stuff with that. So we'll send the links out on our social media for that. But I'm excited to go. I think we are prepared. We are very responsible bears of a certain age.
Yes.
But I'm ready to go have a little fun.
I am too. Worth it. It's like it's a vacation for guys like us because we like to work when it comes to art. And it'll be a blast. I love it.
Well, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. As always, be sure to follow us on the socials. We are on Threads and on Instagram. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Give us a 5 stars if you're listening on iTunes, because that helps kind of push us out in the algorithm to other people that might be listening. If you're watching on YouTube, a big thumbs up does the same thing. So we appreciate all of that. Jonny, I'm so excited to meet with you every week. I hope you have a great rest of your week, my friend.
I will. I hope you do too, and we'll be back at it on the flip. So we got it.
There you go. Look for us every Monday right here on Bears of a Certain Age. We'll either be live or have a nice tape show for you. We'll see you next time. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Discriminate. I take a carbon chop to circumnavigate. Steal my heart to let it percolate all night, all right.